Transform a compact living area into a cozy haven by embracing the vintage shabby chic aesthetic. Start with a muted pastel wall color, soft sage, faded rose, or buttery cream, to create a gentle backdrop. Layer a distressed, whitewashed coffee table with a hand-woven ivory rug for texture. Choose a slip-covered sofa in linen or cotton, then add plush throw pillows featuring delicate floral prints and frayed edges. Incorporate reclaimed wood shelving to display antique books, brass candle holders, and vintage jars filled with dried lavender. Finish with ambient lighting, a pair of weathered metal floor lamps or a chandeliers made from repurposed mason jars. This approach maximizes visual space while delivering warmth, making it perfect for apartments, cottages, or tiny homes. Bring serenity to a small bedroom by layering vintage farmhouse textiles. Choose a distressed, reclaimed wood headboard or paint a simple platform bed in chalky white. Drape a linen quilt with faded floral patterns over the bed, and add a chunky knit throw for extra warmth. Swap generic lampshades for linen-covered, soft glow bulbs. Hang framed botanical prints in distressed frames above bedside tables. Incorporate a vintage suitcase as a nightstand for storage and charm. Finish with a soft pastel rug and a few houseplants on the windowsill. The result is a restful retreat that feels both nostalgic and fresh. boutique kitchen can feel both functional and inviting when you blend rustic vintage elements. Opt for open shelving made of reclaimed planks to showcase mismatched vintage dishware, copper pots and mason jar storage. Swap standard cabinet hardware for antique brass or oil-rubbed bronze knobs. Paint the walls a soft, washed-out teal or muted mustard, then accent with a distressed farmhouse table for meal prep. Add a vintage-inspired backsplash of hand-painted tiles or reclaimed tin. Light the space with pendant lights featuring Edison bulbs and wire cages. Finally, introduce greenery by hanging small herb pots from the ceiling. These simple swaps create a lived-in charm without sacrificing efficiency. Pastel palettes pair beautifully with distressed furniture, giving rooms a soft yet lived-in vibe. Begin with a muted pastel base. Think dusty blue, blush pink or sage green. Choose furniture with a weathered finish. A whitewashed dresser, a reclaimed pine table or a chipped teal armchair. Layer with textiles in complementary shades. Throw pillows with embroidered lace. A woven rug in cream and curtains in light linen. Accent with brass hardware and vintage accessories like old clocks or porcelain vases. The contrast between gentle colors and the rugged texture of distressed pieces creates an inviting, balanced aesthetic. Every vintage, delicately painted plate has a story. In the world of shabby chic, porcelain with layers of paint and slight wear isn't a flaw. It's evidence of a warm life. We find beauty in tiny scratches, in imperfect hand-carved patterns, and in colors that flow naturally like water. In a classic kitchen or a rustic dining room, these handmade china pieces aren't just tableware. They're the heroes of a nostalgic home narrative. They forge memories with mothers, older sisters, or grandmothers who used to prepare lunches on worn wooden tables. In this video we see how these pieces are arranged, on open shelves atop a woven tablecloth, or placed as a focal point in a kitchen corner. The combination of pastel colors, 19th century floral prints, and the subtle sheen of faded enamel demonstrates that true beauty comes from the passage of time. If you're looking for a way to add color to your space without spending a fortune but with meaning, this is it. An old mirror with a broken wooden frame, peeling paint, and a slightly dull surface. Not a failure, but a historical marker. In shabby chic architecture, mirrors are not just for gazing at faces, but for holding memories. This video shows how these mirrors are arranged on walls, on commodious tables, or even hung from the ceiling like decorations. The subtle scratches on the glass, the smudges, and the asymmetrical shadows add depth to the aesthetic. When the afternoon sunlight spreads through the mirror, the reflections cast on the wall feel like a dream of the past. This is the most intriguing element because it combines function, beauty, and psychology, because humans naturally cry when looking at old reflections in mirrors. once used but now empty nursery can become the most romantic space with a touch of vintage shabby chic. In this video we explore how to revive a corner with vintage furniture, open wooden shelves, a gauzy chandelier, and walls adorned with retro floral decals. We choose wooden toys, old dolls, small tote bags and children's paintings framed in vintage frames. The goal? Not to preserve, but to celebrate a childhood that hasn't yet passed. This is a new trend that's gaining traction. Parents are looking for ways to create nostalgic spaces that are also safe and aesthetically pleasing for today's children. Keywords like vintage nursery decor and farmhouse kids' room ideas show high traffic but little unique content. By combining emotion, functionality, and imperfect beauty, this video doesn't just decorate a room, it rewrites the family story through design. You don't have to be rich to have a home filled with emotion and warmth. Shabby chic is the art of transforming simple things into rich meaning, and it can be done without breaking the bank. Look for secondhand furniture at flea markets, local antique shops, or even from neighbors looking to offload items. Paint it pastel colors, white, cream, or light blue, and you've got a rustic feel. Use old fabrics, scraps, or even old clothes you no longer wear as curtains or table runners. Wooden shelves can be made from reclaimed lumber. Clay pots can be purchased cheaply or made yourself from natural clay. The most important thing: love and creativity. With a little effort, you can create a home that's more beautiful than it seems. And more importantly, you don't have to go far to find it. It's all around you. Thanks for joining me on this journey through vintage shabby chic charm. Until next time, stay cozy and keep finding beauty in the old and the worn.